There is an epic battle brewing between inflation and wages that many of you have to figure out, and fast. Recruiting and retention is already the number one challenge for most people this year and probably for the next several years to come. Inflation, now at its highest rate in over 40 years, is riding shotgun with the Great Resignation and the Silver Tsunami as our baby boomers are retiring at record pace. Some companies are trying to keep up and others are just paralyzed with indecision. What should wages be? A tight labor market is already inflating them due to basic supply and demand principles. Then you have your merit increases, which your employees absolutely expect. And finally, the real question mark, the cost of living adjustment. Even the Fed is cringing at those old tweets calling it transitory. According to research by the Brookings Institute, our frontline workers are at the greatest disadvantage. Wages did increase by 10%, but when we consider them in real terms, which means when we consider inflation, they actually only increased by slightly under 3%. Brookings uses a Kroger employee as an example. Sure, they may have received a $1.25 raise, which looks like $180 a month, but in real terms, it's only a $25 a month raise. So what's a company to do? Back in the late 90s, companies regularly increased their salary and wages budgets by about 4% a year. Since wages stagnated after the Great Recession, most companies have only increased this budget line item by about 3% a year. Inflation and a tight labor market haven't been an issue for over a decade. Cue the pandemic and economic upheaval. The Consumer Price Index, which is the regular items we all purchase every day, has increased by 6.8% from November of 2020 to November of 2021. A 3% COLA is actually a pay cut. To add insult to injury, ADP's Research Institute found that the average employee who changed jobs in the past year is getting a 6% raise. The Conference Board is revising projected 2022 pay increases up to 3.9% and warn that it's likely to top 4% this year. So where should you start? Start by evaluating your wages now. Are you offering a competitive pay package or are you already starting behind the market? What are your employees saying in their exit interviews about pay? And don't forget about your existing employees and proper merit raises. Generally speaking, it costs less to retain a good employee than to recruit and hire and train a new one. And be realistic about inflation. 3% is not enough. And if you are struggling to recruit or retain, be prepared to invest in the greatest asset your company has, the human capital. That's it for this week. This is Jeannie, the 401k lady.